What's up, y'all? What it do? This Method Man right here, and this is the Wired Autocomplete interview. All right. All right. Where did Method Man grow up? Long Island and Staten Island, because we moved to Staten Island from Brooklyn, actually. A place where you couldn't stay too long. Kind of like a shelter, but not a shelter. The lady that was one of the people that worked there, her and my mom got really tight, and that's how we ended up in Staten Island. Long Island, I was born there, so always got a place in my heart for Hempstead, Long Island as a whole, period. Method Man, the Rockwilder. This record, done by the person we named it after, I wanted to name it after him, show homage. Came up through the ranks with Eric Sherman, Redman, and those guys. Redman didn't like the record. It wasn't that he didn't like the record. He knew that Rockwilder could do way better, because like I said, they all came up through those ranks, so he was a little bit harder on Rockwilder, but it turned out to be a hit. Rockwilder, Microphone Checker, Method Man, Jay-Z tour. Well, it was actually the Hard Knock Life tour. Yes, it was definitely Jay-Z's tour. Shout out to Jay-Z, doing magnificent things, man. Big things for hip hop, as well as our culture as a whole. When we were asked to go on that, we knew what it entailed. We knew who the artists were. I mean, DMX, Jay-Z, you know, those is heavyweights. So myself and Redman, being that we were already veterans in the game, we kind of fit right in. And plus, I'm pretty sure Jay knew what me and Redman were capable of doing on stage, and it was a very successful tour. We did 54 dates, all of them sold out. There was even, we was getting so much money. When the thing happened in Columbine, everybody donated their paycheck, or rather their show money, to that cause for the kids that lost lives. We probably would have did it anyway, even if we weren't getting money, because sign of the times, that's what it is. But yeah, it was a pretty lucrative tour for everybody. Method Man, the Riddler, love this record. Actually, the guitar riff is played by Old Dirty Bastard's older brother. Not too many people know that, fun fact. We did this in Ritz's basement before the flood. You know, us blurreds, us black nerds, we love our comic books. And when the opportunity presented itself, the Riddler, I knew off top that I wanted to do a bad guy song. The riff that Old Dirty Bastard's brother came up with was perfect. And I believe the Riddler played a major part in that album, you know, the whole soundtrack going 10 times platinum, you know. I like to say that in my head, but it was really Seal, Kiss from a Rose. And U2 had a great record on there as well. Yeah, the Riddler. Bang. What's happening, Method Man? I don't know, chilling. Actually, that's a song that picked me. Busta had a record, and he came to me and he was like, "You need this record, Lord." And when Busta tell you need a record, you need a record. And it became the first single, so yeah, what's happening? What does Tical mean? Tical can mean a lot of things, but right now it means the top is cold and lonely. Well, it came from a word we used to use to describe trees, plants, flower. It was a word made up by a friend around my way named Loungin' Low. It took on its own life, so yeah, Tical means a lot of things, but right now, the top is cold and lonely. What the blood clot, Method Man. I was actually mad at the Clan when I wrote that record. I was on an airplane, playing my radio at that, right? Times have changed. They would never let me do that now. But I was playing my radio, and I kept rewinding an Eric Sherman record called It's All in the Mind. That's what I wrote What the Blood Clot to. I remember because we got into a big argument before we got on the plane, and I was just mad at all of them. Like, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to with. You guys. The what? Method Man, Biggie. This is crazy too, because I actually snuck to go do this record with Biggie. Tracy Waples, salute to Trey Watt. She came and scooped me up that night. And like I said, I wasn't supposed to be doing any records with anybody. I had my own album coming. Wu-Tang had Steam, and we wanted to keep that in home, you know, and the money as well. So I went and did the Biggie record. Big was mad cool. Contrary to what everybody believes, he wrote his rhyme right there when I wrote mine. Nobody was doing anything inside the head. And it was a fun time, man. The what? Method Man. Biggie. Brooklyn. All right, I got me embellishing too much. Is Method Man in Power? Yes, I'm in Power. I play Davis McLean on Power. Very savvy lawyer. Anybody that follows the Power universe know that lawyers don't fare too well on this show. So I think the fact that Davis is still alive for this fourth and final season says a lot about his character and a lot about me. Is Method Man in Trainwreck? Yes, I'm in Trainwreck. Had a lot of fun with the old cat Norman. I forgot his last name, but he's been around forever. He was actually in the scene with me. He was the older cat that used to talk about Babe Ruth all day. First time working with Judd Apatow, not my first time, no, matter of fact, it wasn't my first time working with him. I actually read for the movie he did with Adam Sandler that RZA got. But Judd said that it is his life's mission to have every Wu-Tang member in at least one of his films. So he's got 2 down, he's got about 7 more to go. Trainwreck. Dope. Shout out to Amy Schumer. Hey, Muffin. Is Method Man a Jets fan? Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm a Long Island kid. I mean, we grew up on Jets and Mets. Not too big on basketball, but Jets and Mets were always synonymous with Long Island, Queens. You know what I'm saying? New York Sack Exchange. Those guys, I mean, even Richard Todd, you know what I mean? He was my guy for a minute. Wesley Walker, Freeman McNeil, the Big Tuna. We had Keyshawn for a while. Rob Moore, who I grew up with. Rob Moore was a wide receiver for the team. So, yeah, I've been a Jets fan for life. Salute. Where did Method Man get his name? Took it from a Nah, actually, it's a block name. Like I said, we had different terminology for trees, and method was one of the terms that we used to describe trees, and I felt like the man, so yeah, Method Man, just fit. Is Method Man in The Wire? Yes, I am in The Wire, but I am not wired because I'm no snitch. I actually played a character called Melvin Cheese Wagstaff, nephew of Prop Joe. Cheese was a piece of work. I think Cheese was a survivor, but anybody that watched the show would think he's a piece of I won't give any spoilers away, but he does something that's against code, and he deserved everything that he got. Is Method Man going on tour? No, sir. Method Man is more focused on acting. That is first position for me. So unless the movie is about a tour, Method Man will not be on tour anytime soon. But we do actually have a residency in Vegas, Wu-Tang. If you can catch it, come out. It's pretty fun. You know, bring you and your old lady. No kids. Method Man, best songs. I got one that I think is my best song, and it's definitely All I Need, of course. Got me a Grammy. It actually was Mary's first Grammy. She's gotten plenty more after that, as she should. The fact that it was a song that I didn't even want to put out, and it did what it did, just shows how much I know about music.
Why didn't you want to put it out?
In my eyes, it wasn't a traditional love song, but it was still a love song, which wasn't, in my idea, something that I wanted to put out at that point in time. Look, keep Googling, stop with whatever, man. I don't even entertain any of that. Y'all be good. Stay out of trouble.